I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, is this real estate market cooling off or not? How do you choose the right agent? Also, should you ever sell your house to an iBuyer? It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate.
If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, call us. We have people standing by. I will leave the phone number on the screen. It's 407-205-0400. If you want to start your house hunt this weekend, you will need to get pre-approved. Dallas Lehman with You Have Mortgages standing by at that very same phone number. He will take your call right now. He will get you pre-approved right now. Great show today. You will not want to miss a single minute. But first, the opening statement. The opening statement today is brought to you by my good friends at IQ Power Solar. As you know, I went solar last year, one of the best financial decisions I've ever made. This summer, it has been hot, I tell you that, but my electricity bill has been $50 a month. It used to be $500 a month. Also, when I filed my taxes this year, I saved $10,000. I was gonna have to stroke a check to the IRS for $10,000. Because I went solar, I had to stroke them a check for nothing. Stephen Bader's here to tell us how we did it.
This new program offers you a 40-year transferable warranty on the product, their performance, the workmanship, the labor. That is the best warranty that's ever been flirted with in this sector, ever, hands down, right? We're giving you a production guarantee. If we promise it's gonna produce something and it produces less, we'll cut you a check for the difference. We're giving you a home value increase guarantee. If we tell you that it's going to increase your home value $23,000 and the appraiser is stuck at 20, we cut you a check for the difference, okay? Trade-in program. In 10 years, if you want a cool new system or you want to add stuff up, you have loyalty credits to where you have 50% of your system. If you spent 40 grand, you have $20,000 to trade in and trade up, okay? If you move, if you sell the house, the credits stay with the homeowner, not the home. So if you don't trade up, you sell the house and you move to a new home, you have those credits to go to a new system on a new home, right? And if you move into a house that's not qualified for solar, you can then get cash back instead of a trade up. So we spent 4 years developing this program. Customer loyalties for add-ons. You want to add a battery later. You want to add a new water heater. You just got a pool. You want to add solar pool heat. You can literally do this with no cost if you're in our customer loyalty program. And most importantly, if you spent $35,000 today and you go through our program, on the 15th year, if you haven't used any credits or anything like that, we will cut you a check for the entire cost of your system.
I can't think of a better time than now to save money, save the environment, and you can do so at 407-205-0400. Today we address three what I think are very, very important issues going on right now in the real estate world. Number one, is this market cooling off? We're seeing articles in the paper. I'm hearing from agents that maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We're going to address that together. Also, how do you choose the right real estate agent? Whether you're buying a house or selling a house, it's a very important decision. How do you choose the right one? Also, we see all the advertisements for what we call iBuyers, the people that say, we're going to come to your house and make you an offer. You never have to show it. Should you go that route when it comes time to selling your house? We will address all of that and more. We will answer those questions. and we will do so by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, a return visitor, of course, Vivian Lehman is here. Hello, Vivian. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
And Amanda Miller, who I haven't seen in a while, but it's great to see you again, Amanda. How's it going?
Great to see you. Excellent, thank you.
Let's get right to it, all right? We know this has been a hot market, crazy hot market for a long time, maybe surprisingly so, because we've been in, I don't know, a pandemic for a year and a half, but the market's been crazy. Is it cooling off?
I don't think so. I don't think it's cooling off. We're not seeing evidence of pricing going down at all, and I believe it's a supply and demand issue still.
Vivian, same question to you. Is the market cooling off?
I don't think it's cooling off. I think you may not have 20 offers, you might have 10, but still you're in a multiple offer situation, and stats are saying that you might even look at a 7% increase by next year.
Let's address that,
value.
because a lot of buyers are turned off by this market right now because they go look at a house, they fall in love with the house, put an offer in the same day, only to learn from their agent that there are 25 other offers. It's a get in line sort of scenario.
Correct.
So let's say that 3 months ago there were 25 offers on every listing. How many are there now?
Maybe 15.
Oh, really?
I would say that's the only cooling off I've seen. I even tell people when they price their homes, let's look at what you think you want for it. Mm-hmm. Let's maybe go that price, conservatively at the same time. But if you don't see anybody showing your house in the next first and second day, mm-hmm. forget it. You need to drop the price.
How long are we normally seeing, Amanda, houses on the market right now before an offer? Is this still like it's a couple of hours type of thing? Is it a couple of days, a couple of weeks?
Usually a couple of days, like 2 days to 4 days for the most part. And then there are multiple offers still, like Vivian said. We're seeing, anywhere from 10, 15 offers versus 25.
How do you price a house right now? And Vivian and I have done the show a lot, and I've always said, look, don't if your realtor tells you to list it at 300, list it at 300. Don't go 400 because it makes your listing stale. However, over the last 6 to 9 months, I've said, maybe you do want to argue with your agent a little bit. Maybe you do want to at least get a really good idea of why your agent's telling you to list it for only this in a market where we have so much competition. How do I know how much to list my house for right now?
Well, there's two things I think of. Number one, we used to only look at the sold and what has sold as the history. Now we're looking at pending homes because the pending sales are telling us the story of what's going on right now. Not only that, but your agent should be doing a market analysis to see, what's going on, and you want to price it according to the pendings and the recent sales. Pricing it to market. If you price it too high, like Vivian said, it could sit on the market and go stale. Rather price it to market, what the pendings are going for, and then get multiple offers so your equity is protected.
So I'm hearing from you two that this market is not cooling off. You're not seeing it yet at all. Mm-hmm. Do you feel any difference?
No, really, no.
Okay.
No.
I guess I'm trying to get something out of you that this doesn't exist. So you're not even feeling any cooling off period whatsoever.
No, I think the biggest thing is I want sellers also to have the realistic expectation of you're not going to get $1 million for your $500,000 price.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing we struggle with sometimes when we're talking to sellers.
One of the issues too, that if someone's buying a house and getting a mortgage, of course, they're going to have to get an appraisal on the house they're buying before the mortgage company is going to lend that money. In this escalating market, it's been a little bit difficult for appraisers to keep up and figure out what the actual value is. What kind of a problem is that right now for buyers who are getting a mortgage, the appraisal?
Not if they're savvy and they're careful. We're seeing buyers who will pay above appraised value and putting it in on their offers. Mm-hmm. I will pay $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 above appraised value, not to exceed the sales price.
Right.
And a great agent's going to help the buyer with that as long as they can do that. If they're not in a position to do that, then okay, that's fine. But you're definitely going to get your offer is going to be considered more seriously if you do put some type of a waiver for the appraisal in.
Gotcha.
And that's where you were, talking about don't get discouraged, the buyers that are out there, because if you know how to put an offer, have an agent that can help you put an offer together that is very competitive. It has nothing to do so much as price as it does what are you willing to do on the back end maybe pay over the appraised price, maybe, negotiate with the seller. I'll let you stay an extra 30 days, whatever the case is. There's always a lot of different ways to make it happen.
Absolutely. Escalation clauses, and some people are also putting into their contracts that they promise not to negotiate during the inspection period. We understand the homes are being sold as is, but they're putting in writing, I promise not to negotiate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge.
I won't even call you.
Yeah.
Wow. But I think it also leads us to the point. I think maybe there's never been a better example of real estate history, really, where a great agent right now is a very, very important thing to make sure that you have, whether you're selling or buying, because we're going through some stuff here real estate-wise that, quite honestly, we've never seen. How important is it to find the right agent, Amanda, and how do you do so?
It's vital. It's so vital. You will not only make more money on your house, but you'll also save money. As far as why hire an agent, I think the one thing when you're selling your house is that we protect your equity. That's what we've been trained to do. That's what we want for you. So we want you to save money. Right. We want you to make money versus some of the iBuyers. They're looking for quick turnarounds. They're looking to get you out of your home quick, and they're not looking at your bottom line. And where we're looking at your bottom line, showing you what your estimated net proceeds are going to be. As far as finding an agent, I do go by experience. I've been in the business for like 29 years. I think experience is important. Also, I think an agent who solely does real estate as a full-time job is very, very important, because that's our bread and butter, and that's what we live on from day to day.
Sure. What do you think, Vivian? How important is this agent?
I think it's huge. I think if the agent listens to the seller, you were talking about how do you choose the right agent. Choose an agent that's going to listen to you, that is going to not over talk, and say, oversell you. I think that's the point I was trying to say. Have that agent really give you an idea of what they can do for you.
Right, I agree. And real talk for a second about real estate agents out there, and there are a lot of real estate agents. When agents first start out, generally speaking, they work more with buyers, and then an agent's really made it when they're doing more listing. I'm not trying to be offensive. That's just sort of how it works in this real estate world. But I've got a lot of respect for these buyers agents out there, really busting their behinds right now. And everyone's like, well, the real estate market's crazy. These agents are making a ton of money. A lot of agents who focus on just buyers, it's a little bit of a struggle right now. Think about it, because they're taking these buyers around to 10, 20 houses before, if their offer ever gets accepted. Vivian, these buyers agents right now, you got to have a lot of respect for that.
I do, and I'm very respectful when I get back to them and I say, I'm so sorry, your offer wasn't accepted. It's tough.
Here's a cookie. How you feel bad for them. What I'm doing? Does that make sense what I'm saying right now?
Absolutely. I work with buyers and sellers, and it's tough. It's really tough. You have to have a lot of patience, and also put yourself in their shoes, in the buyer's shoes, empathize with them, and help them put their best foot forward.
I agree. Let's talk about commission a little bit, and just straight up. When you list your house, it's 6%. That's the commission you're going to pay. And a lot of times people will ask me if they should negotiate that commission down. Well, they don't deserve 6%. They're just listing the house. I disagree. There's a lot of things that go into this transaction. And also, let's keep in mind, the vast majority of the times, your agent, if you're the seller of the house, your agent is going to get 3%, because they're going to have to share half of that commission with the buyer's agent. I don't like negotiating this commission because, number one, when they put your house on MLS, it has to say that. It has to say that the commission is going to be less, which is going to dissuade buyer's agents, and I guess ethically they can't do it, but just naturally, if a buyer's agent is showing houses to their buyer and it shows that this house is only going to be a 4% commission, it's going to dissuade them from putting offers in on your house. It is what it is. And while the 6% sometimes seems like a lot of money out of your net profit, I assure you, if you find the right agent, they're going to make that 6% up on the sales price. What are your feelings, both of you, on negotiating this commission?
I think that it's like if you go to the doctor and he's going to perform an operation and you want to negotiate his fees, and the doctor says to you, well, what would you like me not to do?
Right.
Well, we do a lot more than just show the pretty house. There's so much prep work into it, marketing the home, negotiating inspections, appraisals up till closing. There's so much more. So what services would you like to give up? Yeah. And for me to protect your equity and to really fight fiercely for it so you can keep your money, I'm going to be spending money. I'm going to be spending time in getting your house the best price you can possibly get. And I promise you, that you're going to get it and you'll see it.
I agree. What do you think? Negotiate the commission with your agent or no?
I was going to say the same thing. I don't go to my attorney or my doctor and try to negotiate down the prices.
Well, I don't know. That happens in my office all the time.
But at the same time, I feel that it's a tough one because there are a lot of instances where buyers, like sellers, will say, I don't need you to do X, Y, and Z. And I also, at the same time, think of, I'm not an attorney, but I look at the contract and I know the nuances of the contract. The layperson doesn't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that they could have done this. I could have saved you money by doing this. So.
Awesome. Totally agree. And we're going to get to this iBuyer thing in a second too, but they want to see some real estate right now. I want to see what's out there on the market. And let's start with you, Amanda. Now, this one, unfortunately, is not on the market, but a real example of what you've been working on. This is up in my neck of the woods, actually. I assure you my house is nowhere near this large. You just sold a big one. Tell me about this Markham Woods.
This was a pretty amazing...
Whoa. I'm sorry, I just got excited.
House. And the total properties was 20,000 square feet.
Wow.
And it sold for $6.6 million in cash. And
it wasn't me.
It took 4 days worth of inspections to go through the whole property. Oh, wow. Yes, and it was pretty amazing. But like other sales, you go through the process.
Yeah.
You go through the negotiations, you go through the inspections. And everything like that, learning about the home, and it's an amazing property, and I'm grateful to have brought the buyers in this circumstance, and have been worked with the buyers for over 7 years.
Wow.
To find them their dream home, and we finally found it.
I don't think I could afford the front door on that house. Vivian. No, I'd have to call Dallas for a mortgage on the door. It
has two swimming pools, one large swimming pool, and then it has a resistance lap pool in the house, which is pretty cool. A sauna. I want to say something like 13 bathrooms, and it has 12, 15-car garages.
It's like multiple buildings.
It is. It's one main home, which is about 15,000 square feet, and then there's 2 guest houses, a cottage, and a bigger guest house, which has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in it. Has a huge garage, pavilion, little area. It just goes on and on.
Awesome.
I can afford the 3 too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would buy the mother-in-law suite.
That one's bigger than my house.
Well, good job. That's probably one of the biggest transactions in Seminole County, I would imagine, this year, huh?
It's actually, it's the most expensive one since I think it was in about 8 years, actually. So so it's the most expensive one in 8 years.
Congratulations.
So,
that was a
you.
very good day for those buyers, those sellers, and Amanda Miller.
Oh, thank you.
You worked hard on it, I know. Now, you also have one that, and like most listings we've been seeing here lately, under contract, but you never know what could happen. Tell me about Oakhurst and Altamont Springs.
What a great little house here. Built in 1973, had it on the market for 3 days. We ended up with only 3 offers, believe it or not. And but a great little house, super good bones, wood-burning fireplace, and a split floor plan on that home on a 1/3 of an acre lot. It was listed at $350, sold for over ask price. And nicely updated. Not everything was updated as far as like some of the siding on the inside, but it was really, really cute, and had a wonderful buyer buy it. And my seller was out of state. Everything's been going great, and we expect to close it in just a couple of weeks.
And when you see 350, I know that even a 350 number can scare you off because it seems like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but what you need to look at is, okay, what is my payment on $350,000? And then you compare that to what you're paying rent at the rental house you have or the apartment down the street. And $350, with the rates being as low as they are, maybe $1,400 all in. Go apartment shopping. And you're going to find that a 2-bedroom apartment anywhere in this area is at least $1,200. And you're going to own your house as opposed to renting. So I would never pay attention to the $350 or $300 or $400. You need to pay attention to what your payment per month is going to be to provide housing for your family. Excellent job, Amanda Miller. Thank you very much. Vivian Lehman.
Yes.
Deltona, Glancy Drive. Tell me about this one.
So Glancy Drive, we actually put it on
I know this house.
We put it on the market about a week ago, and we didn't get multiple offers right away. We priced it a little bit higher. We dropped it maybe $5,000, and then all of a sudden I got an offer, and I just got a call today with a second offer. So again, it is about pricing. That's where I think I see just a little bit of cooling off. Yeah.
Agreed.
Awesome. All right, North Orange Avenue in Orlando. What is this?
So this one is going to go on the market today. It's still available. It's a half duplex. It's 1,134 square feet. It has been completely rehabbed. All the appliances are included. It has granite counters. All the floors were redone, tile. It's a cute little place for $215,000.
Wow.
So that's where you look at. You can't rent that. I mean, you're easily $300 or $400 less.
Or even if you're an investor and you wanted to buy this, you can rent it out for more than what your
in
payment's going to be.
Longwood. It's a great location.
Longwood. Sorry, I know that place too. Actually, yeah, that's it's unusual. It's like half of a duplex that
yes,
you're
it's
buying.
half a duplex.
Right? I've actually been in that place.
But still, a 3-2.
Great spot, kind of like downtown Longwoodish. I really like that place a lot.
Exactly.
What's the asking price?
$215.
Wow.
Yeah.
Payment, and there's no HOA there, I believe.
Nope.
So
Nice.
Nope.
So a lot of times when you buy something, you got to figure out, okay, what am I paying the HOA every month? This has no HOA. You don't have a guy coming by measuring your grass every Tuesday, and at $215, your payment's about $900.
And a down payment is only, you can get a 3% loan, $6,000. A lot of people think, I don't have the down payment.
Exactly.
It's doable. Absolutely.
And lastly, down in Lockhart, Viridian Drive.
Correct. So this one is a fixer-upper.
Nice. That's cool, though.
It's a cool kind of 3-level house. So you've got the bedrooms upstairs, you've got the living areas all in the second floor, and then the bottom floor has an additional family room with a fireplace that goes out to the pool. So this one is priced at $280, but I think you could easily sell it for $350 fixed up.
Really?
Yep.
What kind of money do you think it would take to fix it up? Any idea? I know you're not a contractor, but
I think you could spend to make it look really nice for $40,000 to $50,000.
Really? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent job, Vivian Lehman. If you have any questions about these properties, you want to go see some real estate this weekend, you want to go see these houses, I will connect you with Amanda and Vivian right now. All you have to do is call the phone number on the screen, 407-205-0400. Can you guys stick around for a minute?
Sure.
Can you stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable?
Yeah.
Excellent. And without further ado, it's time for your portion of the program. It's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. Every Saturday here on the show, I answer your questions from throughout the week. Here's what you do. Go to our Facebook page, You Have Real Estate. Send me a question right there. We might just answer it next week here on the TV show. Before we do that, I want to check in with the mortgage market right now. What is going on with mortgages? Let's send it over to Dallas Lehman of You Have Mortgage.
Thanks, Justin. I'm here every Saturday with our team to bring you everything you need now for your best opportunity. A last gasp moratorium extension was just announced, and not everyone will qualify. The important facts in this news are: 1, you should begin today to refinance to a historic low rate as you exit forbearance. And 2, there will be new housing inventory available once the moratorium ends for home buyers. Your best opportunity is now. Call today. Your Under One Roof team is always here for you.
Here with my good buddy Carter Burks with Carter Water at a house doing a full house install. Now, we're not in my house, but I do have this system in my house and I love it. Thank you to Carter Water for what you guys have done for me.
Absolutely.
Not only am I saving money every day because we're not buying bottled water anymore, Carter, the shower feels totally different now. Why is that?
Well, because you don't have any hardness in your water anymore, Justin. Calcium, magnesium's gone, the chlorine's gone as well. So all you have is good, clean water.
And the cost. I paid $0 up front and literally the cost of a couple of bottles of water per month, all while having much better water. Why is the Florida water so bad?
Well, because we come from the Florida aquifer. The aquifer is polluted. It's full of everything we do up here gets down there. Then the city has to hit it with so many chemicals to make it safe to come out to you.
Right. And you know, we have families. I have a family. I feel so much better now that my family's protected from that bad water. I think what people don't understand is when you're bathing, when you're showering in the Florida water, that's also not good for your health.
It's not, because your skin will soak it up. You just don't drink it, you consume it through your body as well.
And what kind of process is that? Is this a several-day deal? You're going to have to uproot the family, or is this fairly simple?
There's no backhoes or bulldozers involved, I guarantee it, because our patented technology with NASA and the EPA, it provides good clean water throughout every single faucet in your home. So whether it's here in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you always are protected with good clean water.
So when you leave this house today, this family is going to be able to turn that on and drink fresh, clean, healthy water. Is that what you're telling me?
That's it right there.
$0 down, payment plans. You're going to pay so little per month. Do yourself a favor. Call my man Carter Burks with Carter Water today. You will absolutely not regret that decision. All right, let's start with Sam in Tampa. I love the show, Justin. I watch on Facebook. Thank you, Sam. I very much appreciate that. How do I know how much to list my house for right now in this crazy market? We kind of addressed it earlier. Amanda, let's do it again for Sam.
Definitely find a great realtor. Find someone who's really, really experienced and let them come into your home, do a very detailed competitive market analysis, and trust the realtor to help you price your home correctly. It's a joint decision, right. And you'll know, like Vivian said, in the first week or two, if it doesn't sell, it's priced too high.
Correct. Kind of like what she said, but then I also want to talk about maybe all these companies out there that are saying, I'll buy it for you real quick.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing you need to look out for in something like that is the fact that they will maybe give you the price you want, but as soon as inspections come around, they will nickel and dime you.
I'm not a big fan of the iBuyer. I'm really not. The iBuyer is coming in to do one thing. They're coming in to take your equity so they can make money. At the end of the day, that's all there is to it. I think the right way to sell you a real estate, I mean, literally, unless you're moving to California tomorrow and you just don't feel like dealing with it, I mean, that would be the only time I would ever see this iBuyer thing. Why would you do that? They are coming to take equity away from you so they can make money. That is their business model, is to take your equity away. I'm not a big iBuyer kind of guy.
Exactly.
You know? What do you think?
No, not at all. And they're saying that, oh, they can sell your home really, really quick. Well, so can an experienced agent right now.
Yeah.
Can sell your home in the least amount of time with the least amount of aggravation, and then also save you money, save your equity, which we have interest in doing because we want you as a repeat buyer. Our reputation is really important.
Right.
We want our buyers and our sellers to refer us.
Amanda Miller, what a pleasure.
Thank you.
Great job. I'm so proud of what you're doing out there. You're such a great agent. You come back here and see me soon, please.
Definitely will do.
Vivian Lehman, as always, I love you. Great job today. Most importantly, thank you for joining us today. I love spending every Saturday here with you. If you want to sell your house, and we'll feature it right here on the program, on the TV show, I'd be happy to do that for you. You want to get pre-approved, Dallas Lehman is literally standing by right now at 407-205-0400. I'm Justin Clark, and I'll see you next week for You Have Real Estate.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.